Hey there, artists. So today we're going to have an easy peasy day of some relaxing painting. But before we do that, I've got a special trick to show you. So when we get our paper, the first thing we do is always the same. We write down our name. So make sure you write your name with something that you can draw with that will be at your table. Okay, so before we get started with our painting, did you know that there's an easy way that you can make snowflakes or stars? And that when you make snowflakes or stars, you can actually make them in the same way. I'm going to show you how right now. If you want to make a snowflake or star, I start with the letter X. So far so good? And then I put a big T on it. And that could be a snowflake or a star. So I'm going to do that again. When I make snowflakes or stars, I start with a big X, and then I put a T on it. So again, I made an X, and I put a T on it. Okay, guys, so remember that for a minute, because I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to paint this entire paper. And all I'm going to do is use some yellow and some green. Now, you're not going to have any water, so it doesn't matter what you start with. You can start with either color, but you are going to fill the space. No white spaces, which means some of it might get on the edge of the table, but that's no problem. Remember, you can clean it up at the end. When you're finished, you can clean it up when you use, what am I trying to say? The towels. Okay, guys, so I'm actually going to only do a little part at a time. And again, I'm using yellow and green. I'm not mixing it on the plate because I don't want to do that for my neighbors. That wouldn't be very nice. And I've got a trick for you. While my painting is still wet, it can only happen when your paint is still wet, I'm going to flip my paintbrush over and I'm going to do a technique called sgraffito, where you can take your paintbrush and you can scratch into the wet paint. And I'm going to fill it with all kinds of different ways to make circle or stars and snow. You can make circles, you can make swirly whirlies, you can make lots of snowflakes. You can make your snowflakes fancy. You can even put shapes on the ends of your snowflakes to make them fancier. But it'll only work for a few minutes. Once the paint dries, you can't do that. So now I can go down and I can do another section. Let's see here. Maybe in this section, I'll put more swirly whirlies, and lots of snowflakes, of course. This is going to become a background for another artwork that we're going to do. Excuse me. So remember, this is going to be behind another picture that we're going to work on in another art class in the future. All right, time to make those snowflakes. An X with a T on it. Okay, so one thing you could even do is you can even write your name into the paint. So I'm going to actually flip my paper over just to show you, because it doesn't really matter what the top or the bottom is. You need to fill the whole paper. I am not going to fill my whole paper because you are not here to watch me paint. You're here to do your own painting. So one thing you could do is you can even though your name is on the back, you can even write your name by doing the scratching technique, the sgraffito. So you're going to paint the whole thing, and when you're done, put it away, wash up, and then you can get one piece of paper to draw, not paint, a masterpiece to take home. All right, everybody, happy arting today.